Greetings, everyone. This is First Centurion 753, the next episode of Hearts of Iron 4. Great War mod, playing as Otto von Bismarck, playing as Germany. Trying to decide how would Otto von Bismarck approach World War I if he was still alive and still in power during this time period. National focus, we are going with anti-French policy right now. I want to take a look at what the other people are doing because we just had a policy change. The French are consolidating the Entente. That's what the British already did. So that is putting them closer. Oh, they could support the Russian Empire. Which would really... I was hoping that the Russians would... I was taking a gamble that the Russians might lean towards us. I took gambles with Italy and the United Kingdom, and I'm trying to take a gamble with the Russians. Ah, damn it. Alright, so that's it. Game over. We're basically not going to switch history. History's going to unfold mostly like it did. There's nothing we can do prior to the war, but the main action is going to be what we do during the war. We could still take actions in the Balkans. Maybe I can do a secret deal with Romania. I can definitely get Bulgaria and the Ottomans in like I've done in the past. There's one last chance, one last thing I could do, and that's going to focus around Morocco. That is the Agdiar crisis. And that's my last chance, I think, to do something. There are certain policies that allow me to take a more colonial approach, but I tend to like to focus much more on Europe playing as Germany and just sort of focus all my resources. But going down this route, the Boer Revolt, we can encourage that. And the Agdiar crisis, I believe, June of... I don't know if we have the time to get there, but June of 1911, we could end up grabbing Morocco, I think, as a colony, perhaps. So that's an option. But other things we can do... Here's an Ottoman line, befriend the Ottomans, Berlin-Baghdad Railway, and then Asian Corps there. So that's a nice option. Well, this is a nice option to support the Ottomans, give them some infrastructure and some manpower, get 25,000 troops manpower, as well as help give us a little bit of manpower and another ally somewhere in the colonial world, so to speak. Zimmerman Telegram is the only way to get to this one, which is also an interesting one. Invite Sweden to the Central Powers. I kind of like that. I'd like to pull in Sweden and go for this, support the whites in the Finnish Civil War. This seems like a nice Scandinavian approach, if I can do that and really take on really challenge the Russians there. Locarno Pact decreases world tension. This is like almost like decreasing, making things, or appeasing, or mollifying. I don't know what the word I was looking for there. But this is kind of like end of the world war type thing. And that's my dishwasher there going off in the background. The only way to get... Or maybe not. Knight of Long Knives. Seems like the only way... I don't know. Current ruling party is fascist. The only way to get into the next tree, which is the World War II tree, the only way to get there is to become fascist, which stinks. I wish I could, like, keep them authoritarian or try to, you know, tame the Kaiser or something like that. That's the one problem I have with this national focus tree as far as the Germans are. I think the mod would be better if they gave an option to go down that route and maybe just, you know, actually try to get to World War II or get to the 1930s and 40s without going down this route with Germany, because that's really the goal here, to like see if Germany could go down a different route and not become fascists and not be Nazis. That's sort of like the ideal behind my vision. Other things that could be done here, there's also other diplomatic options. If you get through the Schlieffen Plan, which you don't need to go to war to go through the Schlieffen Plan, it does increase tensions, which actually would help, because increased tensions would give us the possibility to intervene more in affairs, like sending in volunteers and sending in lend-lease supplies. But if we go down that route, there's two things that we could also do, where we can ask the Netherlands for military access and force the Danes to take a position. So those are the nice different military options. I'm not into creating a Polish state, a buffer state. That's sort of taking away from me. and my industry and everything. I'm also not into this Bavarian national thing. I don't see how that benefits us at all, really. But a secret alliance with Romania, and then there's also this African approach where you get some infrastructure, and I think you get like 6 extra divisions if you go with that one. So there's some more African infrastructure there, and then the Boer Revolt. So those are basically your options. The last and most of the big ones I've exhausted. They're not going to work out. The last chance is maybe Morocco. Spain was always an option too, but they're a democracy, and one of the big problems with Germany in this mod, from an authoritarian point of view, is you really can't boost popular authority. It costs you. That's actually the best I've seen the daily drift of 0.08, but it costs you 5 political points per day. So that's I've seen like 1 popularity or 0.1, and that was 0.08. So that's actually the worst than what I've usually seen. Never mind. So that would take forever to impact that. But that is kind of something about the Hearts of Iron game that is sort of like almost like a cheat or a game-ish way to go about things, is to incite revolts, boost popular support in countries where it doesn't really seem possible or likely to boost popular support, and then have these crazy rebellions. And there was one, I did like a Hearts of Iron series a while ago when I first started playing the game. I've lost it since because of updates and everything, but I was playing as Japan, and I had a huge Japanese empire. I conquered most of the Pacific, and I was just dealing with the Americans at that point. I conquered Hawaii, and I was staging a coup in like California that would have probably taken like almost half the country, or at least most of the West, away from the United States. I don't know if I might have actually got to it, but I don't remember. I don't know, it was a while ago. But that's kind of ridiculous, the Japanese doing that. I don't see that being plausible, really, even though a lot of the internment camps of World War II were designed. I don't think they were worried about any type of revolt in the Western states as much as they were about sabotage, or a lot of it might have been political, anyways. The politicians that pushed for it. So that's that, really. Italy, I don't think I looked at their national focus. Italian development. That gives you no effects. Sorry, I had to cough there for a second, so I had to press the mute button. But yeah, that doesn't give you any immediate effects. However, there are some other things you can do. This does give you an Italian development line. A lot of it looks kind of colonial, too. Oh no, fortify Sicily and Sardinia. Invest in civilian or the military. It's factory-wise. And then you can fortify your colonial positions. Prepare for war. Take you down this route. Join the Entente. Damn. March on Rome. Looks like Italy is in the same boat. They have to go fascist if you want to go into this whole second line. But I guess that kind of makes sense because that line took them down that line. But some of these things should be able to get to without becoming fascist, I think. So the one negative thing about this mod is I wish this mod is one of the best mods I've seen, especially with all these different diplomatic focuses, and a lot of them actually give you details and everything, and historical details, which is great. But the one thing that it lacks is the ability of these countries to go into the World War II scenario or 1930s without becoming what they were, fascists or whatever have you. That's one of the cool things about Hearts of Iron, is that you can try to take countries down different routes, and see if you can make like a socialist, United States or something like that, or a fascist France, something that would be like, those are the cool things about Hearts of Iron that I've always enjoyed. And if anyone likes to see a series like that on my channel, please feel free to post and let me know, because I do like doing things. If there's any other mods that you recommend too, I wouldn't mind doing that as well. on the channel. So let's see how. Right now we're just keeping up with infantry training. Trying to keep up with infantry training here. Click on that thing. Well, there it is. Go. Okay, you can be pulled out. Mixed Brigade, where are you? Down there? I don't even want to put you on the Western Front. I don't want to put you on the Western Front. I'm going to put you on the Eastern Front. Give one red division. And I might even just send this division to the Western Front. What I'm trying to do is concentrate my defensive divisions in the west and offensive divisions in the east, because that's how I'm going to be approaching this war. I'm not going to invade through Belgium. I may do the Schlieffen Plan national focus just to raise world tensions and get access to those other national focuses, but I'm not going through Belgium. That is one of the big things Bismarck was opposed to. You know, respect Belgium neutrality was what he encouraged. So we're going to adhere to his policy there, his philosophy there. I tried to build up alliances around France, which was also part of his approach, and he also wanted a he also established a triple alliance. Oh, there we go. More research, new technology. But I wasn't able to do those things, so I failed there. But I still am going after Morocco. I think that's something that he probably would have attempted to exploit. Now, what to do here? I haven't done any. I should probably stay down. Oh yeah, right. I should do this. I should probably stay in industry because I haven't done any doctrine focuses. So we're going with oil, which is elusive. It hides on the ground where no one can see it. For this reason, it's imperative that we develop more efficient ways to locate it. By improving our oil drilling capabilities, we can find and therefore exploit more oil around existing reserves. Excellent. 9 days for improved machine tools. I should figure out what I'm doing there. Recon company is optional. I think that's probably the best option. Oh, I could also do this. I like a reinforcement rate. I'm going to go with radio. Radio is my next one. March 1911. We're going to run out of... we can do artillery, but I'd like to get to the artillery focus discount here. I got 2 more of these to go, so I won't be able to do that in time. Artillery effort gives us 15% reduction rate, but there's plenty of artillery sciences to or technologies to research, so we could probably do artillery next after we get through industry and engineering for this time period. All right, March 1911. What do we got here? Western Front is beginning to establish itself as well-trained. It's mostly all these defensive divisions except for these 4 weak ones. So I just want more defensive divisions here. That'll actually put me in a stronger position than I've actually been in the past on that Western Front probably. Which means I can hopefully use less troops. I did have 2 armies. One wasn't fully stacked. This army is about to be fully stacked. Okay, army experience is now at 20. We want to get up to 35 so we can upgrade our offensive infantry divisions, which will definitely cost a lot of manpower and a lot of infantry equipment. Here we go. What did I say? I wanted reinforcements, right? Is that what I said? Yeah, I think so. 95 days. There it is. 13 days for cryptography. They keep flying here. I guess we can do this. Breakthrough. Air superiority. We're not really pushing for a lot of air or naval superiority. Reinforcement rate. It's a nice one to follow that. But maybe we need to go with artillery. Artillery max speed 5%. We don't need speed on our... Well, we need it on the light artillery, the field artillery. But we don't need it on the heavy artillery because they're just going to be mostly stationed where they are. Hard attack's not going to be necessary because we won't be attacking, we'll be defending. So I should probably focus down this line instead of focusing down this focusing down artillery line. I think I should go this way. So, research time. There we go. 7 days for cryptography. Then I'll be artillery. Field artillery upgrade. Okay, so am I improving relations with anyone? The other power is Japan. They joined the alliance. Diplomats to Siam. They have their own national focus tree too. Improve relations with the United States. That's smart. Japanese expansion. Is there any route that gets them towards us? Contest Russian domination. Ooh, I like that one. War opportunity in Europe. Pro-Germany. We want them to come down that one. Alright, so I guess I could send diplomats there. How are we looking? Japanese opinion of Germany is 100. Oh, 85 improved. I'll give it a month or two, I guess. Cryptography. Alright, we're going with the artillery and artillery field upgrades. There we go. Lessons learned from in the development of different types of artillery can be cross-applied to design of other pieces. So we'll have better artillery pieces designed here. That's going to keep our technology busy for a good amount of time period. Anti-French policy is 12 days away. Training. Oh, they are well trained, aren't they? Let's just reinforce the Western Front. I'm going to end up pulling in... I'm going to pull these 4 out and create a backup line, I think. What is that? I've never heard of that before. Albanians have scored an upset victory over the Turkish forces today after a surprise attack on a much numerically superior Ottoman force. The Albanians lured the pursuing Ottomans into a nearby town where they joined rebels from Montenegro. They overwhelmed the bottlenecked forces into a retreat. Turkish authority in the Balkans has fallen further into question. So the Balkans are falling. I don't see Serbia. Or I don't see Albania. What are they dealing with? A war or revolt here? That event didn't really seem to have much of an impact. Alright. So back to what I was doing. Let's see. That division is not ready. Let's take 4. No. Yeah. Let's take 4 of these guys. Put them into that Western Front. Anti-French policy established. Very good. And we're going to continue down this line and go anti-British. And we can get somebody here. We have that guy. Who do I want? Pause this for a second. Do I want anybody? I don't know if I do. Artillery design. But do I want to save this for infantry equipment? Because the artillery... Yeah, I think I want to save this one for infantry equipment. So I'm not going to do that. Tanks, we're not developing tanks yet. Could get a trade deal, dude. I do want to sometimes save up my power just to see what I'm going to want to need eventually. Army Logistics, Division Nutrition. I don't have to worry about that right now. So sometimes I like to wait and build it up just to see what the war is going to actually look like. That would help me decide. Oh, look at that. Division training time. That is a good one. I am glad I did not go with Army Experience. Let's grab that guy. for now. We can change them later too. Yeah, nice. Sweet. There's a national focus too that reduces division training time, which I should move towards actually. I think it's right there. Paramilitarism, division training time, minus 10%. Of course, we don't want to overcommit too much because we don't want to exhaust our resources. Anyways, what was I doing? Our Western Front now has all 4 divisions. They're still training, actually. All 24 divisions there. And I've got this, too. I need to create a second army. This is my backup army, I think. Oh, no. Yeah. 7th Army is going to be the backup army. We want them to be able to entrench, out of supply, reconnaissance. Not much entrenchment going on here. Max planning. I can assign traits to some of these guys. Thorough planner. Wow, I didn't look at this last time. I haven't looked at this in my other game. I have to take some time to consider that. That makes things different. That makes things interesting. Alright, I don't need a trainer. I don't need a guy right now. But let's just do a fallback line. Front line. Fallback line. Right around that river. That'll enhance their position with river defenses. We can add those 2 there. They should train. What are they doing? They should be in that. All right. I like that. Oh, they're not all... There we go. I like that fallback position. And they can always move up into the front if necessary. But we'll hold the fallback position for now. I think we just got some new divisions that came in. Cavalry. Add you there. And then right there. All right, Eastern Front is strengthening. I need another division. I need another army out here. Maybe one there. I could position an entire army there. It would cover the front, but I want another one too. I think I want 5 total armies on this front. Because this front, when I played the other game, it got really far extended north. We grabbed all this territory here, but the line extended it. We brought things up, and we're right outside of Minsk, but it still is thin at spots because I do like to concentrate the attack on specific weak points, which makes me need to have a strong, not too thin line. Oh boy, we're gonna catch up. How are we doing on production? Let's get another one of these and another one of these. They got the most to go, right? Heavy artillery. Yeah, they got a lot more to go. 10 times as many. 10 times as long to go. We will get action eventually, but right now we are preparing for war. And somebody did request me to start in 1910. I forgot who that was. That's on one of the first videos I did in this mod when I reviewed it. So if you want to see me do a series that involves more action, feel free to post and let me know. I can start right away with the war. I hate this group. Alright, army experience is still growing. We need to grow a little bit more. Could start moving people. I'm probably going to wait. And what do we have here? Unassigned divisions. Yeah, I got a lot of those. Okay, so that's going to be it for now. Mostly logistic management and diplomacy, domestic and foreign policy initiatives. So, if you're a subscriber to my channel, you probably like that kind of stuff because that's what I do a lot in Geopolitical Simulator 4. But there will be a war eventually, trust me. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Feel free to, if you are, please like the video so I know. I do gauge a lot of my popularity by how many likes I get now, of course, how many views I get. So share with your friends too if you think they would like it. But thank you for all your support, especially the Patreons, the channel. And if you'd like to become a Patreon, the link is down in the description below, and that would give you early access to videos as well as priorities in new series and new game recommendations. So, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, and I will see you guys in the next episode.